season, and we have Royal Ascot, Henley, Lords and Wimbledon and lots of other summer treats to look forward to, all of which may mean it's no bad thing that the week ahead is due to be relatively quiet, at least judging by the list of scheduled company and economic statements. Top down, the first thing to watch out for is the UK inflation report hearings on Tuesday the 20th of June, when Bank of England Governor Mark Carney will be questioned by Parliament's Treasury Committee. Also look out for the government's latest monthly borrowing figures on Wednesday the 21st. They will tell us how much room the Prime Minister and Chancellor, whoever they might be, have got to carry out their manifesto pledges, whatever they may be. Bottom up, the following events are both potential eye-catchers. On Monday the 19th, shareholders in Standard Life and Aberdeen Asset Management will get to vote on the proposed merger, which, if approved, would become effective in mid-August, creating the newly renamed Standard Life Aberdeen. On Wednesday the 21st, we got full year results from a high-end house builder Barclay, and also don't forget a trading update from coffee to hotels giant Whitbread. But for me, the biggest potential source of a fuss in the week ahead will be a third quarter trading update from plumbing and heating equipment distributor Wolseley, also due on Wednesday the 21st of June. The company is an interesting one both for the macro read-through it provides and also in its own right. Top down, at the first half stage, Wolseley generated 2/3 of its sales and 87% of its operating profit from America. As such, it's a beneficiary of a strong dollar and President Trump's plans to revive economic American growth. As we can see from this chart, the shares leapt last November when markets got very excited about the potential for a Trump bump. But since the president has become ensnared in rows over immigration, healthcare reform and the FBI, fears of a Trump slump have begun to creep in. This may explain why Wolseley shares have really gone nowhere fast for most of 2017. It'll therefore be interesting to see how Wolseley sees the US economy. Note how like-for-like sales growth in the US accelerated in both the first and second quarters at the company on a year-over-year basis, so it'll be interesting to see how Q3 looks. However, things don't look quite so clever when we add the next two lines to this chart. They show like-for-like year-on-year growth in the UK and the Nordic region, the firm's other key areas of activity. At least the UK improved in Q2, so let's watch the trend here, but sales kept falling in the Nordic region. And this is why Wolseley may be interesting on a company-specific basis, because changes are afoot. First, it's exiting the Nordic business. Second, it's merging its Tobler arm with a Swiss company, Walter Meyer. Third, a new Chief Financial Officer, Mike Powell's just joined as of the 1st of June. Fourth, the company's going to start reporting in dollars and not pounds from August onwards. And finally, Wolseley is going to change its name to Ferguson plc after its key US brand. Some analysts even argue that Wolseley might shed its UK operations at some stage and become a pure US play, maybe even listing its shares over the pond for good measure. It's unlikely boss John Martin will comment on that, but watch out also for any thoughts from him on gross margin, which was 28.4% a year ago and 28.6% in the first half, trading profit. Wolseley achieved 25% growth at the first half stage, although that was just 5% on a constant currency basis. The base for comparison from last year's third quarter, by the way, is 230 million. And also watch for net debt, which was at £1.1 billion a year ago and £1.3 billion after the first half. It's unlikely to be boring whether you own Wolseley shares or not, given the read-through we might get on the state of the nation in America. Any good news would be relief for bulls of the Trump growth trade. Just look at this final chart. It shows year-on-year growth on a monthly basis in US new housing starts and US new housing sales since the start of 2016. There seems to have been a bit of a cooling. If it lasts, that might not be a good sign for the world's largest economy, or indeed Wolseley as a builder's merchant, although a quick turnaround could be good news for both. So let's see. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.